88.1 The Burg, your music central. It's Ort and The Bear right here. I'm in Newcastle, Will's over in Vancouver, and Elliot, the engineer, back at home in Ellensburg. I'm enjoying some dandy pizza. Will, how's your day going?
It's going all right. Pretty easy day. Hanging out, not doing much.
So, this morning, Tom Brady had an interview on Howard Stern, and let's start by acknowledging that Howard Stern has the greatest interviews of all time. Talked to Hillary Clinton about potentially being a lesbian, and that was just 2 months ago. I mean, if you look back at all of his interviews, this guy talked a man down off the Washington Bridge. Howard Stern is incredible with everything that he does.
Well, isn't he? I know he's like the original shock jock, and like he moved to Sirius so he could cuss. But other than that, I don't really know much about Stern.
That's a shame. He's the king of all media, and you would love him. You need to go out of your way to listen to more Howard Stern, all right, Will?
Okay, I'll go figure it out. I thought he was like a bad guy, so I'll go figure out Stern.
No, Stern is the best. And go on Netflix and watch Private Parts. It's the movie that he came out with in the 90s.
Oh, it's him and Marr.
It's awesome.
Or not Marr, Murray. Him and Bill Murray do it. Nah, I've seen that. That was stupid.
Yeah, shut up. So he had Tom Brady on today, and a lot came out from this interview that I like a lot. First of all, Tommy Brady talked about that he smokes the reefer on occasion, which, he said high school him smokes the reefer. And I can't believe Tom Brady admitted that with all of his health stuff and all the money that he puts into his diet, his regimen. I couldn't believe that he said that on radio.
As an NCAA football player, I'm going to say that he should not have done that. And I stay away from all things that harm my body except for Jack and Box tacos.
But it really just seems like we're seeing a new Tom Brady. He's kind of in F-it mode where he's allowing himself to be a different person. He's cussing on this interview, which, it's rare to hear Tom Brady cuss even when he's mic'd up in game. One of his quotes, he said, "I never cared about legacy. I could give a bleep about it. I never once, when I was in high school, said, man, I can't wait for what my football legacy looks like. It's just not me." End quote. And I like this new Tom Brady. I think he's going to be a more fun Tom Brady. I kind of wish that the Buccaneers were the team on Hard Knocks this year so we could see more in-depth on this Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, I think at this point, Brady, he's like, I got a couple years left. I think he's always been this way. He's just been more measured about how he went about it. You see that his kids now are older, which I think you notice. I noticed it with my dad. Like as I got older, all of a sudden, things that he didn't used to say, now he's starting to say them more. So I think you're just getting basically the old employee who knows his time's limited. He knows he's not going to get fired, and at this point, he's just riding out the last little wave, and you're seeing the real Tom Brady instead of the, I'm going to put up a wall, I'm going to be measured, I'm going to be smart, what I say. You're seeing true Tom Brady.
So he said that on this Howard Stern interview, he said that he knew going into this season, into the 2019 season, that he wasn't going to return as a Patriot. Do you buy that, or is that BS?
I don't buy that stock. So like when I look at it, how many times do I wake up in the day and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be healthy and go ride my bike for 4 miles. What don't I do? I don't ride my bike for 4 miles. So I think he had the idea of leaving. I think that's fair because when you're going into a contract year, you're going to look at it and be like, oh, yeah, there's a possibility I leave. There's a possibility I stay. But I think for him to say that there was no way that New England can do anything to get him back, I think that's not true. And I think at this point, he's just, yeah, he had the idea, but to say that he was for sure going to leave, I call bull shark.
Yeah, I agree because, if New England goes out there and they offer him a fat paycheck, I think he's going back there. But let's take a break. Let's jump back into the music. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about the NFL draft, the changes that they're doing going into this new wave pandemic sort of situation, because the draft is still on. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Ort and The Bear right here on 88.1 The Burg, your music central. What's up, guys? Right back here on 88.1 The Burg, your music central. It's Ort and The Bear. We're back at it again. We were there all last year. coming back here, spring quarter, the best quarter. You got to make sure you're following us on our social media channels, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at 881 The Burg. Keep up with us and make sure you're checking out the video platforms that we got on YouTube where we're putting all these things out. Now, the NFL draft is trying to do something new, and I don't like it. I hate change. I understand that there's a pandemic going on. They're trying to do everything that they can, but they want to do the NFL draft virtual, and they were going all out for this Vegas-style draft where it's going to be on a floating dock on the Bellagio fountain water. Players are going to be boated out there to the stage when they get drafted. It was going to be the coolest draft of all time in Vegas, and now they're taking that away from us, and we're basically going to do what me and you were doing on a Zoom call, and there's going to be no ambiance. It's going to be lame. I hate every single bit of this. Screw the NFL.
Well, it's not like it's the NFL's choice. Like if the NFL could the governors and stuff like that. Like the governor of Nevada is not going to let them risk COVID.
Postpone the draft.
But then you can't start the season on time. So their big thing, right, is they want to play right when it's time to play. When it's September, they want to come out, they want to roll the ball out, they want to kick and play. So how do you do that? You go as if nothing is wrong. Well, they can't have a draft the way they want to based on the pandemic issues that we're having. So they're going to concede and have a Zoom draft. Look, you're still going to tune in. I'm still going to tune in. Shoot, I think Elliot the engineer might tune in because there's nothing else to watch. So they're still going to have it. They're going to do huge numbers. And then this way they can still hopefully get OTAs on time if we can get this virus to go away. Then hopefully they can get to training camp and then play when they want to.
So guys like Ravens head coach John Harbaugh, they have worries about the technology security during this virtual draft. What do they think that the Patriots are going to like hack in and spy on like their schemes, on their schematics? What sort of security? And I don't know. There's a lot people a lot smarter than me, obviously, who know more about this techie sort of stuff. Shout out to Elliot the engineer. I don't know what you can hack into and steal during this sort of thing that Harbaugh's worried about.
I'm sure there's enough. Like I've watched enough of the action movies. I'm sure there's like some nerd with like a keyboard that knows how to break in. And I'm sure Belichick knows who he is. So I wouldn't put it past Belichick and the Patriots to somehow rig the system to where like all of a sudden they trade with the Bengals to get the first pick and they can pick up Joe Burrow. But I mean, it's been hacked before. Like we're on Zoom and Zoom was getting hacked by somebody. If I remember the story right, like I might be making it up, but I thought I remembered hearing that people were hacking Zoom. So it's possible.
Well, don't report the story you don't have facts on. That's rule number 1, okay?
I'm not reporting on it. I'm just throwing it out into the air. I said I'm not sure, but I'm putting it out. It's like, look, it's like Peyton Barron's marriage rumors. Am I confirming that you're about to get married? No, I'm not. But I'm saying that there's rumors about it happening.
Who's your source?
That's confidential. I don't have to reveal that to you. I'm just saying, look, dude, 4 years, long time. I don't know.
Okay, and to get back on topic here, look, I don't know if I will watch this draft unless that somebody can confirm to me that Roger Goodell will get booed the first time he is on camera through some sort of, I want them to pump in some fake boos while Goodell goes up there. It's only right.
That'll never happen. What'll probably happen, if anything, is he'll have like a clap track behind him. So he'll walk in and be like, Roger Goodell. And then it'll be like his wife and kids clapping for him. Look, man, you're still going to watch it. It doesn't matter. What is it? The end of April, like it is every year. There's nothing else to do. They're going to have it on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So there's nothing new to watch. You're not going to have to worry about the Bulls documentary. You're not going to have to worry about the iRacing with NASCAR because they'll move it around. If you are a sports fan, you'll tune in and shoot. Even if you're not a sports fan, you might tune in just because you can't keep watching House Hunters International for the 50th time.
Here's my other concern. It's not only going to take forever not 5 ever, not 6 ever. This draft is going to take 7 ever over these virtual chats, trying to make trades. These guys are going to need more time than what the clock allows them. Who knows how long this draft could take? They're going to do like 1 round a day.
The draft is already stupid long. There's no reason for a team to have like 8 or 9 minutes. They know who they're going to take when it comes up. There's maybe 1 or 2 arguments about like, is it this guy or is it that guy? But for the most part, they know who they're going to take. I don't think this is going to make the draft any harder.
The Bengals are going to be sitting on the clock at number 1. They're going to get a call from the Lions.
Who they're going to take. They already know.
They're going to have their 5-minute chat with the Lions, and they're going to be like, ooh, that's not what I want. Then the Giants are going to call, and the Giants are going to say, hey, we want the number 1 pick. And then it's going to take them a 4-minute call. And they're going to allow them all this time because this isn't in-person virtual stuff. The Chargers are going to call, and they're going to say, hey, we want the number 1 pick. And you're going to have to deal with all these GMs in a short amount of time, and it's going to skew everything.
The only thing that changes is that they're not in their war rooms. They're in a Zoom call. When the Lions want to trade with Bengals on a normal day, they still have to call the Bengals. So there's no change there. The only difference is instead of being everyone in one place, they're going to be on a Zoom call in their house. But they're still, like, the draft is going to work the same way. To make trades, you still have to call, just like everywhere else. You're going to have to call into someone in the NFL league office to make your draft pick. The only thing that changes is they're not in the war room. That's it.
I think I'm going to hate every bit about this, and it's going to suck. It's going to be a huge letdown. But let's get back into the music. We got some good news coming up right here on Ort and The Bear. It's 88.1 The Burg, your music central. 88.1 The Burg, your music central. It's Ort and The Bear right here. Coming at you from all over the state, Newcastle, Vancouver, Ellensburg. But it's a beautiful hump day. It's a happy hump day. And we got some happy news for you on this hump day. And that is that pet adoptions have been through the roof since everyone has been home quarantined. Will, how many dogs have you adopted since this started?
Exactly 0.
Oh, so you're not part of the statistic?
Well, look, dude. I had to fight tooth and nail for 13 years just to get 1 dog. I'm going to count my blessings where I'm at and just hang out with him. He's a good boy. I don't know where he's at right now. Usually he sleeps like right in front of me when I do the show, but I don't know where he's at right now.
So there's been a lot of activity in the adoption centers, and a lot of places are waiving adoption fees during this pandemic because they think that this is a great time to be staying at home with the new pets that you are adopting and taking home. And, we're all animal lovers out here. If you're not an animal lover, you can turn the station, turn us off, because I don't want you in my life. I don't want to deal with you if you're not an animal lover. That's just the simple facts of it. So if you do have some space to adopt, go out there and adopt. I wish I could. My landlord is allergic to dogs, so we can't have a pet. But it's good to see that, there are people with hearts and kindness out there who are adopting pets.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you go in, and I just saw this story out in Chicago, but Chicago Animal Care and Control, they've run out of adoptable dogs. So if you're in Chicago and you want to go out and adopt a dog, you physically can't. It's not possible for you to.
God, I'm so jealous of everybody who gets to adopt animals. Except on my Zoom call, I have an ugly cat behind me. This thing's horrifying. It scares the living daylights out of me.
Ugly.
Yeah, but I just went on a big spiel about how we're all animal people and we all love animals. And if you don't love animals, to GTFO. So I'm not about to go on the record and say that I don't like cats.
Well, look, okay, then I will. Look, dogs are great. Cats suck. There's nothing good about cats. When you die, they eat you. That's a common thing. If you're lonely and you're a female or man, whatever, usually female, you buy cats. And if that's you, that's fine. You can do that. But I'd also like you to turn the station and not listen to us because cat ladies creep me out. Cat guys.
Cat anyone. So staying on
any person, it doesn't matter what you are. If you like cats, you're weird.
Staying on the train of animals here, do you remember silent producer Al?
Yes, noted cat person. One of the few that I like. One of the few.
Oh, huge cat person, but this man I think is an animal whisperer because since he's been on quarantine, he's been extremely bored. Here's a little update with what he's been doing. He began to feed the squirrels in his backyard, and he befriended one. He named it Pumbaa, and Pumbaa came into his house yesterday. This is a wild squirrel that he is becoming closer with. He's going full Evan Almighty with this squirrel.
Oh, Al is hilarious because what's funny is I haven't followed this story as much, but he tweets about once every 20 minutes. So I get to follow his thought processes on Twitter. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't, don't follow Peyton or I. Go to Big Al Tweets and follow Al. He is hilarious. Cracks me up every time.
One of my favorite silent producers of all time. Will, I'm out of pizza, so that means I think the show's over here. By the way, I scarfed down a Hawaiian pizza because pineapple completely belongs on pizza every single time. If you disagree with me, you're wrong, and I can't argue with people who are dumber than I am. So it's just a lose-lose for you. But with that, let's wrap up the show. Will, it's been a beautiful hump day. Are you going to enjoy the rest of your hump day?
Yeah, man, it's going to be fun. I think I might do some yoga and then finish up the wire.
Well, hey, you have fun with that yoga. Stretch it hard. Put on your stretchiest pants, all spandex. It's like the underwear Olympics, the NFL Combine.
Boom.
Going back to the NFL there. Till tomorrow, it's Ort and the Bear right here on 88.1 The Burg, your music central.
Love you, Mom.